Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Thursday. So today you will see behind us we have the 1200. You hopefully have seen by now the video we changed the tyres. So we have got all that done. Also we have a shiny new exhaust pipe. So when this came, the exhaust pipe was kind of this height. I quite often got comments, does that exhaust pipe put fumes into the cab? Well, it never smelt like it did. I could never detect it, but in reality it probably was. So we have put a nice new tube on. There is no silencer because this tractor has fitted an Opico turbo, which I believe was fitted from new, judging by the stickers, which are actually better on this side. Okay, so judging by the age of that sticker, I believe, or the state of that sticker, I reckon this tractor had a turbo from new. And now my original plan was to take it off, but way back, the first time this tractor appeared on the YouTube channel, I said it was my intention to take it off, and virtually every comment said leave it on there. It's part of the tractor's history, and I kind of agree with that now, so it will be staying. So part of the conversion for putting the turbo on, they did away with the silencer. They just put a long straight through stainless exhaust pipe on. So that is what we have done. We have recreated or kind of put a little finishing touch to it. So anyway, that's besides the point. What is happening today? So back in January, we did our Christmas update, January update kind of thing. And in that video I said we'd made a purchase for the vintage collection back in the autumn, but you wouldn't be seeing it until the spring. Now some of you thought it was a 590, but it's not. It was a toy to go on the back of the 1200, and we can now reveal what it is. It is a semi-mounted plough. So ever since we've had the 1200, I've wanted to plough with it, and we did briefly put our Dowdeswell reversible, 4-furrow reversible, on the back of the 1200 to see if we could get it to plough, and we couldn't do it. We didn't have the correct length of top link, and we couldn't get the top link short enough to get it to plough level, so we rapidly gave up and went back to ploughing normally. So since then I have been looking for a plough to match it. Now the Dowdeswell did match it in terms of age, and it would be the right kind of thing to put on the back of it, but the 1200 back end linkage is a weak feature on these tractors. It is known to break. So I was looking for something that I could plough with but wouldn't put a great deal of weight on the back end, and I was hunting for a semi-mounted plough. It took me a long time to find one. There was one for sale fairly locally last year, early part of last year, and I hummed and had and nearly went and looked at it. It was only a 12-inch furrow width, which put me off because we are on 16-inch tyres. And then in the end I decided I'm not going to find anything else, and I got hold of the guy. You know, was it still available? No, it was gone, so that was out the window. In the autumn, it was October time, I saw this advertised. I got hold of the guy, I said I'll have it. I'm not going to let another one of these go. We agreed a deal. He would, as part of that deal, he would deliver it to me because we were busy and I didn't really have time to go and get it. And he brought it over, and fairly quickly after him arriving in the yard, we were just discussing, we were just chatting about it and things in general. It turns out he hadn't had this plough long, he'd used it once, and it came from this area. So this plough is actually the one I tried to buy this time last year and was already sold. So yeah, this is the one I tried to buy, and it's back here now. So it is 12-inch furrows, which could cause a problem, we don't know yet. Anyway, so what is it? It is a Dowdeswell DP5S. So the DP5 was their conventional range, the Dowdeswell conventional range, and the 5S was the semi-mounted. They also did a 4-furrow fully mounted and various other things. But the 5S is a semi-mounted plough, available in a variety of furrow numbers. This particular one is 5-furrow. So as yet this is untested. It has been on the 1200 for all of 5 minutes. We've never hitched it on before. It just got delivered in the autumn. We'd finished our ploughing, we stuck it in the shed and left it. So today we have got one field left to plough, and we are gonna try the 1200 and the plough, see if they go together, It's going to be a very steep learning curve because I have never used a semi-mounted plough. I don't know how you operate the front and the back and get it all to match up. The 1200 may be a slight disadvantage because draft control on these is top link sensing. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to work yet, but we'll find out. Anyway, so what do we have to do to the plough before we can use it? I have just greased it round. Every grease point. Oh, I've just missed one. I've realised I've missed a grease point. So far, every grease point has taken grease, apart from that one that I've missed. Right, so we've got to finish that off. I've done the tyre pressures, they're good. That one's a bit of oil, that's a little bit stiff. And also we will need to get our skimmer set. As you can see, this one is way off the disc, he needs to pivot round. This one's probably right, but they all just need setting up. Yes, and then we can go. Yep, so the skimmers need sorting. The boards are bright underneath. I greased it when it came, and because it had been used but it wasn't greased, so I've greased it and it's been in the dry, so the boards should shine up. As soon as that grease is gone, they should be shiny underneath. So this plough requires two spools. So one is single acting one connected to that back wheel. There's a long hose running back and it lifts the back wheel up and down, in and out of work. So that's got to go into a single acting service. And there is on the front, hydraulic ram in here that sets your front furrow width. So we need a double acting service for that. So we've got two pipes. One has a standard end on, and for some reason this one has got this broken fitting on there. So that's got to come off. If that won't come off, I don't know why that's on there. I do have a new end because that seems a bit stuck to me. Right, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to get this sorted out, get that ram moving, make sure the ram is good. The back ram is good. I've no reason to believe this wouldn't be, but we need to make sure it moves side to side before we go too far. So let's get our new fitting and fit it. So I think our best option is just take the whole thing off. Start again. Right, that was the easiest way out of that. So there is two double acting spools on a 1200. As far as I remember, it's a long time since I've used them, but as far as I remember, this one works on double. For some reason, this one just on single. So this is where I had the trailer brake coupling when we were using the fodder beat trailer. So we'll take that one out. We'll put our back wheel into there, and then our front furrow into this side. Right, let's give that a go, see what happens. Right, so we'll start up, pull some levers, see if anything moves. Okay, so we will lift the linkage, get the front furrow off the ground. There he goes. There we go, we've got the back furrow rising. That's working. So our ram is coming out there, the front furrow ram. It's not very quick, but the spools on this tractor are very, very slow. we got it going now. Is that ram's working nicely. And then the back furrow goes up and down very slowly, but it is up and down. Right, so we'll just jump out, make sure we're not pouring oil out the back. Oh, we are pouring oil somewhere. I can see a puddle under the ram. Oh dear, this could all be going wrong. Okay, so here is our problem. We have a leaking union on the back here. Can we do anything with that? In other news, there are no leaks on the spools on the back of the tractor. It's just pouring out of here. Hopefully it's just a Dowty washer missing. Though that fit in here does seem to be at a rather funny angle. Okay, so that fitting is scrap. What are the threads like in the ram? The threads in the ram seem to be okay. Right, let's go and see if we can find a replacement fitting. I have a feeling we've got one in stock. I will look. That's definitely, I reckon that's been pulled. The pipe has been pulled. Unfortunately, it's damaged this bit rather than the ram. Well, we've had a stroke of luck. We have a new, well it's not new, a quality second-hand 3/8 nipple and a brand new Dowty washer, so how lucky is that? And that thread is definitely good in the ram if it screws in that easily. There we go. Right, I will go and start up and move the ram, and you shout if it starts leaking. What do you reckon? Was it alright? Looked okay from where I was, and I didn't hear you shouting. Right, well I think we've had a lucky escape there. That could have been nasty if that thread inside the ram was damaged. That would have been an expensive old job. Anyway, lucky escape there. So, final thing to do, get our skimmer set up. Okay, so we will start on the back one. So there's 2 pinch bolts on a round shaft, which is just holding it in position. Let's give that a go. Oh. Okay, so the point is just touching the disc, and we are guessing at the depth at there, or the height at the minute, but we can, that's a field adjustment. We're just getting them somewhere close while we're in the yard. So that is it, we are all now set up, ready to go. We've encountered a few problems along the way, which I wasn't expecting, but we've overcome them, and now we can go out and give it a trial. So come back next time. So the next Vintage Thursday will be the 1200 and the plough, doing a little bit. It's not going to do a whole field. The field is already started with the reversible, so we're just going to run a few times up one way. You know, we're not going to plough properly because time's pressing a little bit now, and we're just going to have a quick go and get the job done properly because we're late. We're into May now, and it should have been ploughed a long time ago. Anyway, right, subscribe, come back next week. Have a watch of it.